Hey there, welcome to the Natural Medic Adventures. This week we want to talk about flashlights, headlamps, illumination, and how to find your way in the dark, or some best ways to do that. And who am I? I am Craig, but I'm also known as the Natural Medic here on YouTube and on my podcast, and I want to tell you about ways to be safe in the outdoors. Served as a park ranger for about 10 years with the state park systems of Texas and of Arkansas, and started a YouTube channel not too terribly long ago and a podcast to kind of share my experiences and my expertise, and that's me. So if you're joining me here for the first time, welcome. Thanks for being here. Let's get started in talking about lighting up the night and illumination. So illumination is one of the 10 essentials, and if you haven't seen my other videos about the 10 essentials, there'll be a link at the end of the video with a playlist of the ones that I have made videos on so far. And there's a lot of different schools of thought about how to, best do illumination, how to best find your way in the dark, what devices to use. So we're going to talk about that today. The first thing we're going to talk about is this little guy right here. I'm going to go ahead and put it on. This is the Energizer, and I've got notes or packages on the floor here, and I'll show the package to you. This is the Energizer Vision HD Plus. And all these products, by the way, will have links in the description that you can click on and get one for yourself if you like it. It is an affiliate link, so I do get a little bit of a kickback from that, but it helps support the channel, so I definitely appreciate you doing that. Tell you about this headlamp, as you can see on the package. 350 lumens. Now lumens, anytime you see that on a flashlight, headlamp, lantern, whatever, that just tells you the kind of the brightness or the intensity of the light. That's how it's normally measured. This one has 7 different modes, which is kind of a lot. They're all activated by this one button in the top here. Okay, so you just keep pushing that button, and we'll just kind of cycle through the modes here real quick. It does have a lot of lights, as you can see on the top there. I know we're shining directly into the light. We've got a red light. We've got very bright main beam, double red lights, floodlight, all kinds of different modes. It has a total of 7 modes on this particular headlamp. This headlamp can do a floodlight, it can do a spotlight, it can do a combination, it can do the red light as you saw. Most of these devices, whether they're headlamps or flashlights, are going to be what they call IPX, which is a standard that is not waterproofing per se, but it is a weatherproofing. So, it's not going to be able to go, scuba diving with this, but you'd be able to get out in the rain with this, not have to worry about, it malfunctioning because it gets too wet or things like that. Now, if it gets immersed, in water, it's probably not going to work for very long. But as far as, a heavy rainstorm, no problems. Also on this package, it has the run time. So this says 4 hours. Now, keep in mind, whenever it shows you the run time on most of these packages, it's always going to tell you the maximum amount of run time, okay? And then it shows you the distance the beam will go. In this case, it goes to 80 meters, okay? So that's pretty far down the trail. Now this one is nice. As you can see, the way the package is designed, the headlamp was right inside there. In the bottom there was 3 AAA batteries. So the nice thing about this one, it's relatively inexpensive. I believe it's about $20 to $25 on Amazon or other places. You might be able to find it at your local Walmart or places like that. The batteries are, easily obtained. So that's pretty self-explanatory there. That makes it nice and simple. You push the same button for all the different modes as we saw, and so that makes it pretty easy. So let's look at the next one. Our next one is going to be, I didn't really have a model number. I got this on Amazon recently. This is also an Energizer Light. It actually is configured a little bit differently. As you see on the, it's black instead of green. It has 2 buttons on the top. The 2 buttons, one activates the red or blinking red or the green light. So it actually has a green light in addition to the red. Then the other button activates the actual light. So we can shine it back here. Maybe we can see, you know, behind me. Okay. It changes the intensity of the light. Okay. This is basically the same light almost as this one I just showed you, the Vision HD. Like I said, it doesn't have a model. I will list this one as well in the description for you. But the difference is this one does not use batteries. It actually has a USB charging cord. So in order to use this one, what you'd have to do is open up the back of it. There's a little port right there. You plug in your USB cord. The nice thing about that is you don't have to carry batteries. The bad thing about it is you might, you might be in trouble if this thing is not charged and you forget to bring your cable, or you don't have a charging block. And I've got a charging block down here that's actually currently powering the light that I'm filming from. So I'll show you that in a minute. But it's a good alternative if you don't want to use batteries, and you always remember to bring your cable and some way to charge it. Okay. If you're out there in the woods, you're probably not going to find a current bush to plug it into. That's a little dad joke for you. Anyway, if you don't want to go the route of headlamp, you can go for a flashlight. And from the very cheapest flashlight out there, this one I believe I got, actually I did get it at the Dollar Tree. So it cost me a whole $1. If this is all you can afford, or at the time get in a pinch to stick into your pack, it's better than nothing. It's pretty reasonably bright light on there. It runs on, I believe it's 3 AAA batteries. If you're going to do batteries, I definitely recommend trying to keep the same battery so you don't have to carry, this many AA, this many AAA or C's or whatever you need to carry. So it runs on 3 C-cell, or sorry, not C-cell, AAA batteries. And it's got a telescoping lens, so if you put it out here behind us, you can kind of manipulate that lens. It's hard to see, sorry about that. And kind of change that bulb, okay? So in a pinch, you can just pick up, this is just called a tactical light. Lately I've looked at Dollar Tree though, and I have not been able to find them. But all you do to change it, as you can see there on the front, you just twist the head and it changes from a zoom to more of a zoom out, or a spotlight, or spot to a flood rather. Other flashlights you might want to consider. I picked this guy up on Amazon. It's called the Ultrafire. I haven't been able to find this in a single one like this in this color since I picked this one up, but it's a nice little light. Got a nice little pocket clip, so you can clip it on your pack or your pocket, so it's handy. It's got a very bright bulb. It's a Cree LED bulb, so it's very bright. I don't know how many lumens offhand, but I will put a link to that one in the description. I think these are going to run you probably around $10 to $12 for just a single one, and probably a little bit more if you get in a multi-pack. Another one that's pretty popular is this little guy right here. I don't know the model of it exactly, but I'll put it in the description. This is from Streamlight. It's just a little small pin light. I wouldn't rely on this for your primary light, but if you needed a little backup light, it's not very heavy. It doesn't weigh more than a couple of ounces. Runs on a single AAA cell. Let's open it up and look at that real quick. Yeah, one AAA battery. Okay, it's got a pocket clip, it's got a lanyard. Like I said, it doesn't weigh much, and it makes, you know, pretty good little light. It's not going to run very long on a one cell battery, you know, one AAA battery, but it might be a good backup light and be enough to get you out of a bad situation if you're out, you know, on the trail. You're out there longer than you intended to be, and you need a light to get you out because it's getting dark. Let's see, another one, flashlight wise. You can probably tell I like flashlights. This one is from Coast, and it is another rechargeable USB type flashlight. Here's the box for it. This is the HX5R, and it says it has pure beam focus. It is a rechargeable. It has a bullseye spotlight for distance and an ultra view flood. It says it has 340 lumens bright, 580 foot range, and the 70-hour maximum runtime. And it doesn't say this, but I'm going to assume that's on the lowest setting for it to run that long time. Yeah, it says on high it's going to run 1 hour 30 minutes. On the low setting it's going to run 4 hours 15 minutes, and on the high setting it's 340 lumens, 75 lumens with the on the low setting, 178 meters for the high beam maximum power, and then 80 meters for the low. So this actually will go about twice as far as both of those headlamps will. So that's an advantage there. However, it does run on one of these funky batteries right here, these I think they're called C123s. Battery like that, which is kind of a thicker, shorter AA size battery. Okay, and as far as I know, it will only run on those. So if you had an issue with that, needed to replace it, it might be harder to find. But it does make a pretty bright light. Shine it all behind me there. The head just kind of gets larger and smaller so that it changes the size of the light. And on the end of it is where your USB is. You just kind of pull that cap off and you got a USB. It's kind of interesting design there. Interesting to me at least. So that's an option. So moving on into some other ideas, and I want to show you real quick some old headlamps that I have. I've been in you know, liking illumination and flashlights and stuff for a while. This one is, I don't know the model of either one of these. This is one from Black Diamond though, and it's an older style, but it works pretty good. You hold it down to get the other lights. Okay. Black Diamond, I don't know what model that is. I haven't been able to find it anywhere. So it's probably pretty old. And this one is from Princeton Tech. It has different lights you can put on it as well. And it's pretty old because if you look at the size of the LEDs in there and the design of that, that's probably been around for a bit. Okay, and let's look at, this is kind of a interesting little deal here. It's called a glove light. The glove light is handy. The way you put it on here, if you're going to put it on your, it actually comes with a glove light for each hand. And you put it on your thumb and your index finger, like so. Okay, has a little strap. You just kind of strap it on here, so it's on there. So it's just like wearing like a little glove. Push the on button, and it makes a light. So you have two little LED lights, one on each digit there, one for your index finger, one for your thumb. And yeah, handy for looking through your pack. It's probably not going to be good for trying to get yourself down the trail. If that's all you had, I guess that would be better than no light, but probably wouldn't be something I would rely on for my primary light source. But it'd be good for looking in your pack when it's at night and you don't want to use a bright light or something like that. Okay, and a couple other things we're going to mention real quick before we close out the video for today. Here is a lantern. This is a little handy little pocket lantern from Yuko. It is called the Sprout. It's called the Sprout Hangout. Okay, and it does hang out. You can hang it like this, so like from a tree branch, if you hadn't be near a lantern pole, something like that. Definitely do that. It does detach. It has this little magnet that just attaches here. You just screw this off, and hey, look at this. Inside, 3 AAA batteries. So, like I said, no joke. If you're gonna use the battery, go the battery route, I would probably try to use something that has everything in the same device. So it actually puts out a pretty good light. Maximum, I believe, was 100 lumens. Yeah, 100 lumens. So that's low light. You just hold the button down. It gets a little brighter. You push it again, and it gives you a couple different choices, including a blue light. So that's handy. It doesn't weigh very much. I think according to the package with batteries, it says it weighs 2.7 ounces, and it's not very big, would fit in your pack. If you want to have some nice spotlight, it does have the IPX4 as well. 100 lumens max on the low, and about 6 hours of runtime, then about 50 for the 10 hours. So there you go. Then we got one more we're going to look at. This one, these things are interesting to me. This comes more folded up. I had to actually blow this up before this video. This one is a lantern from, what is the name of this company? Lucia Outdoor 2.0 Pro. So what it does, it actually forms 2 functions. So actually what it can do is you blow it up like this. It has LEDs under the lid there, and so it makes a little light and it stands up just like this. Okay, but the other thing about it is it has a USB, which is how you charge it as well, but you could also push the little button there. It tells you how much charge you have, so you actually could use it as an emergency charger for your devices. So it's kind of a double, double duty type of a deal. But when you deflate it, it just kind of folds up compact, almost just a little bit thicker than the LED band is there, right there. And it can go in your pack. Doesn't weigh a whole lot. It actually can flash, like emergency flash. I don't know if this one has a weight on it. We'll look on the back here and see what it says. I don't see a weight. Oh, okay, there we go, light weight. 156 grams or 5.5 ounces. So pretty good deal. You can get up to 2.3 hours of charge. And actually it does have I forgot about that part, it has a solar panel on the top, so it actually will charge from a solar panel, but it takes about, according to the package, it takes about 14 hours in direct sunlight. And then it'll give you 2.3 hours of charge. So kind of an interesting deal. On the low setting, it lasts up to 50 hours. So that's a couple of different things to look into. So I hope this has been helpful to you and kind of pointed out the different illumination devices that are out there. Definitely take a look at my, it'll be over here. It'll be either here or over here in the video. My other videos, including my most current video, take a look at those. I'm doing a video on each of the different elements of the 10 essentials, and also showing some products to review like I did on this video. So I appreciate you watching. Hope this was helpful to you. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Give me that old thumbs up, and we'll see you out there on the trail. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.